interview today. It's been a hectic day as well for you and for everyone.
That's right.
First of all, we want to know about the work of New Zealand Aid in this region and particularly in your position. I mean, can you tell us more about the work of NSAID here?
Sure. So I'm based in the New Zealand Embassy in Bangkok, and from there I manage the New Zealand Government's Development Assistance Program to Cambodia, Laos, PDR, Myanmar and Thailand. So most of the Mekong region. We have a number of priority areas in the Mekong region. So first of all is agriculture. So we're working with agricultural commercialisation projects in the dairy sector in Myanmar, in the horticulture sector in Myanmar and Cambodia, and looking at the livestock sector in Laos. So a big strong focus on agriculture. Also knowledge and skills is an important part of what the New Zealand Aid program tries to do. So we have a big scholarships program, English language training, and funding to agencies such as the Mekong Institute. So those are the two main areas that we're working on at the moment.
All right. So sir, working with New Zealand Aid as well, you've seen the whole landscape of it, at least in this region. I mean, what do you think makes it unique from other aid agencies as well and other development portfolios there is?
Yeah, I think there's a way that New Zealanders try to do development that I think is unique, and that reflects, I think, New Zealand's characteristics and attributes. I think that we are very pragmatic, and so as a donor we like to fund projects, and we like to engage with partners that want to get things done. So our projects are not so much about research, they're about tangible outcomes, working directly with farmers or private sector entities or with government, but very tangible, very results focused, and we try to deliver. And I think the other part that I would just add is that I think New Zealanders have a way of engaging with people that is often recognised by governments in the region. We are a small country. We do not have big resources. We don't think that we know all the answers, and so we're happy to work with partners and just engage as partners and discuss together, you know, what are your development objectives, what would you like to do, what would you like us to help you with, and we do that in a very much a partnership focus, and I think I have seen over the years that I've been working in the Mekong region that our partners appreciate that.
Just to follow up on that, sir, what do you think is the significance then of having that kind of mentality, especially in terms of development aid, like with the donor to recipient kind of thing as well going on?
Yeah, well, I think the objective of the development field is to ultimately to do ourselves out of a job, right? I mean, we want to see countries developed. We want to see them managing their own agricultural industries and in different sectors, and doing it with their own resources and in their own way. And so I think, you know, it's about us coming alongside them and asking them, you know, how can we support you achieve what you want to do? You know, it's not about New Zealand rolling into town and saying we've got our aid program, this is what we want to do. It's very much about coming alongside people, asking them what their objectives are, and asking them how they would like us to help. New Zealand has areas of specific expertise in certain areas around agriculture, around renewable energy, around knowledge and skills development. So we have some expertise that we like to share, but we want to make sure that matches and aligns with the needs of the country and their priorities.
All right. So where do you see then the NSAID portfolio going? I mean, in terms of like in the next 3 to 5 years, what should be the priorities moving forward?
Yeah, I think the areas that we're in, we're reasonably comfortable that those are the right areas to be in. Certainly our discussions with our partner governments reassure us that we're working in the right areas. The areas where New Zealand has expertise and where there are needs in the country that we can match that expertise to. So I'm talking about agricultural sector, I'm talking about knowledge and skills, capacity development, also a little bit of renewable energy where that aligns with needs in country. You know, those are areas that I think are the right areas for us to be working in. So I think we will continue in those ones for the foreseeable future at least.
Okay. So going to the theme and the organizer of this forum, I mean, what do you see as the role of the Mekong Institute in promoting integration and cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region beyond what it's currently doing?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think New Zealand has obviously worked with the Mekong Institute for a long time. We've been there for the 20 years and had a number of different projects with them over the years, and a lot of discussions about what sorts of areas should Mekong Institute be focusing on. Obviously, it has a core competency in training and does that very well. I think that an area that we've often discussed with MI is around the whole policy advocacy space. So, it's very good to do training, but also, does MI have a role in advocating for certain policy positions, developing policy papers, engaging with governments, whether they are the governments of the countries or multilateral agencies, to try and impact on policy making, which obviously can have a big impact in the development of the countries. So I think that's an area that will be useful for them to continue thinking about.
And last question, how do you feel your organization, NSAID, can best support this, like institutions like the Mekong Institute?
Well, I think, like I've said, we like to get alongside people. Obviously, the New Zealand aid program has finances that they contribute, but also we want to be part of the projects. So we're not about signing a cheque and saying, go for your life. It's about working together and as partners, talking together about what we want to achieve together, what Mekong Institute wants to achieve, how New Zealand can support that. And that a certain part of that will be through funding, I assume, but also through technical expertise from New Zealand. I think that's something we'd like to continue to contribute.
All right, thank you so much.